everyone, it's CG Funk and welcome back to Outside the Room. We have a wonderful guest for you today, so let me tell you a little bit about him. Scott Dartnall is a registered massage therapist in Canada and has been in the massage therapy profession since 1992. Scott built and led the first private multidisciplinary clinic in Canada to accreditation with the Canadian Council on Health Services. My friend Scott has specialized in online and in-person continuing education conferences for health and wellness professionals globally for over 15 years. He's the co-creator of Massage Therapy Radio, the World Massage Conference, One Concept Canadian Massage Conference, the American Massage Conference, and the new Massage Therapy Media. In 2012, Scott was inducted into the Massage Therapy Hall of Fame. Well, this is going to be a really fun, entertaining episode. And as you can see, we have Joe Bob Smith back in the studio with us. And we're actually going to connect via Zoom with one of our great friends from the North, registered massage therapist in Canada, Scott Dartnall. Scott, how are you? Welcome to Outside the Room.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, CG, and hey Joe Bob, long time no see.
Well, Scott, you know, you are calling in and it's snowing up there and snowy. We're down here in San Antonio where it doesn't normally snow. So how is everything up in the great North there?
Well, it looks like you put on quite the background there for me. I love it. It's like we don't have quite that much snow here, but if you're traveling to Western Canada, you'd have lots and lots of snow. And of course, our dear friends just south of me in Buffalo are always good for about 3 or 4 feet of snow. So
you have been a registered massage therapist in Canada for 25 years. And as the audience heard when I introduced you earlier, you have accomplished so many things and made so many contributions to the massage therapy industry, not only in Canada, but abroad as well, and really abroad. So why don't we start by you telling me what's going on with massage therapy in Canada these days?
Well, there's lots of exciting things going on in Canada these days, actually. And I don't want to date myself, but I'm actually celebrated 30 years as a registered massage therapist this year. I don't know where 30 years went to. It's hard to believe. But in the time that I've been a massage therapist in Ontario, Canada, just outside of Toronto, is that the industry has changed I would say quite dramatically in the sense of just the amount of massage therapists there are now as compared to when I started. And 30 years ago, it was rare. Not a lot of massage therapists were billing insurance or doing that type of work. Most of it was this private for cash business. And now we are rated the next to pharmaceuticals. I think we're number 3. We're ahead of physiotherapy and chiropractic in use by Canadians with their insurance.
I mean, for our viewers, you know, Scott Dartnall with his partners started the World Massage Conference. They started the Canadian Massage Conference. They started the American Massage Conference. And in fact, Scott, you and I met at an AMTA conference many years ago, where you were actually doing a little project called Massage Therapy Radio. Do you remember this?
I do remember this because it was funny because you kind of laughed because we had these shirts made up that said Massage Therapy Radio. Because you always notice I always have a T-shirt or some shirt up for every event. I think it gets everybody going. So Eric and I walk up to CG and it says Massage Therapy Radio, and she goes, I understand the radio part, but you guys have a camera in your hand. So I said, well, we like to talk to you about, Eric was actually quite knowledgeable about what you were doing already. And so, you know, you had a conversation with him. We filmed that conversation. And I remember for quite a long time that interview or that video of you was one of the most watched ones, and it was just a great opportunity to meet you and meet all the people. I think I want to say it was 2008 in Cincinnati, somewhere around there, 2008, 2009. But to our audience out here, I always want to, I just want to say one more thing. You are a visionary. And it's funny, you saw these two crazy Canadians, Eric Brown and myself. We come down there, we have this camera, we're interviewing people. And, we stayed in contact after that. And then Eric and I can't remember, a few months later, because we kind of hatched the idea driving back from Cincinnati to Toronto. I think it was about 8 hours. And we pitched this idea to you about remote education, about online learning. And it was just, the timing couldn't have been better. Your support kind of started an avalanche of support from people like Massage Warehouse that helped sponsor us, ABMP, Performance Health. And by having that support, we were able to launch this, I still think this phenomenal World Massage Conference to me is always be one of my most proud moments. I mean, some of the silliness Eric and Melanie and I did with that is like, I remember we had somebody on, Eric, we didn't have it set up that we could play our theme music. So we used to have it on a recorder, and we would be on the phone and we'd play our theme music into the speaker of the phone, and then we'd get back on and stuff. And, like it was dial up then. So it was I can't, I'm still so humbled that you gave us the support to be able to build that and create that, and just kind of create an industry like I'm really proud of where our online massage industry is now. Like the education, it's just absolutely exceptional. The amount of education that's available online, the amount of sources. So I think, again, I love the online stuff, but down deep, I'm kind of I think I'm a circus person. I'm kind of like Barnum and Bailey. I love live events. I love the excitement of them. I love the risk of them, sometimes too much. But we do both online and in person now. So a little bit of both.
I wanted to ask you, because I met you at one of your first conferences, and I was kind of surprised because at that point the big massage conferences were sort of limited to the big players in the industry, and here was this guy from Canada coming in with his team and friends and kind of competing against some big players who, in a way, you're competing, but in a way we're also all in this together. And I thought, this guy must be crazy to be coming in here and trying to put on a massage conference. And not only did you put them on, you've put them on now for years, and they've been hugely successful. So what sort of inspired you to move to these live conferences, and what were the challenges in doing that?
Well, that's kind of a two-part story. Like the Canadian Massage Conference was an opportunity. I had just moved to working with Monica at Family Massage Therapy. This is about 15 years ago, I guess, probably September. And Monica and Lorna had been exhibitors at this Massage Therapy Canada show. So it turned out that, they had vendors and all the rest of it. And with about, I want to say about 6 weeks before the conference, we got a call. It just started. And they said, we can't run this conference. Would you be willing to help out or take it over or whatever? And I think Monica came out and said, what do you think about starting a conference? And it's like, sure, like, why not? Like, it's like, we can't really fail because we're 6 weeks out. We're taking over someone else's issue. We don't have any financial responsibilities. It's just see if we can get the vote out. And we just got on the phone and called every single person that we had met at different shows. And I think Angie Patrick was one of the first people that came up, and it was just a phenomenal success and launched the business. And talking about going down to the States, my partners, Monica, Lorna, and Robin, it's funny because they were really the they were really the talent. I mean, I always thought I was just the front man, and I was fine. I'm fine with that. I don't, if I'm just the pretty person, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. So as my grandmother said, if you're not handy, you better be good looking, right? So. My partners and myself never felt like we were competing ever. We're not the AMTA. We're not ABMP. That's not what we do. We don't, represent therapists. We run conferences for massage therapists without any, there's no parameters. Just come in and, it's great education, great therapists. Like we've had, I couldn't name all the names. I could only name the people that we haven't had. So you think about all the top names in massage therapy, men and women, every single one of them has taught for us at a conference. And it's humbling because we have a talent pool, I think, second to any other, not second to any other healthcare industry. We have a lot of great people. So,
yeah. And speaking of conferences and speaking of cutting edge, programs and these things that you put together with the World Massage Conference and Massage Therapy Radio back in the day, you have a new adventure now, and it's called Massage Therapy Media. And Joe Bob and I are very interested in what you're doing up there with this Massage Therapy Media. Can you share information about that?
Sure. Actually, I have my official Massage Therapy Media shirt on here because, that's what I do.
You have the t-shirt on.
I do the same thing whenever I go to Eric Dalton events. I always have an Eric Dalton t-shirt. So MT Media kind of was born out of, we were, just to back up a bit, had the opportunity during COVID, we had to go online. We were canceled twice. We couldn't run a live event. So I had been working with a husband and wife team out of Toronto that own a company called ConEd Institute, super successful online in-person training company. And they also have 2 RMTs and a microphone. It's a podcast. It's quite a popular podcast. And we had worked together in 2019. And then when we had to go online in 2020, I reached out to Mark and I said, I already had my nephew who always does all my filming for me. I said, I need some help with this. So him and his wife, Amanda, came down. We ran our first online conference. It was successful. We ran our second one last year. It was, I think it turned out really, really well. We had some stuff online and we had some stuff that we were actually filming in a studio at Carden Tables in Burlington, Ontario. And when we finished that, Mark said to me, he says, I want to do something else outside of what we already do. You have conference and this and that. And he said, I want to start a media company. And I said, well, okay, sure. Me, I'm just always yes to everything, right? So I said, well, you're going to have to define that. And he said, well, it's going to, I want to have TV channels. I want to cover all these different topics. I want to have everything on there from the most scientific reports and reviews to the most off the wall energetic type of work. So I want to invite everything. We want to have an endless amount of video that people can view and watch on all these different topics. I said, sure, count me in. And it's like, that was January this year. And to now we have hundreds of hours of video that we've collected, that we've recorded. We've started a new show. Mark and his wife started it, and Monica and I have done a few episodes. And actually, they filmed a couple episodes when Amanda and Monica, when they were down in Nova Scotia, called "You Should Get Treated Here." And I just love the premise of it, where you're going into a neighborhood clinic, you're going into somebody's clinic in their house. And it's really amazing when you go into massage therapist clinic house or whatever, and they've been there for like 20 years or 15 years. We've had some that did a lot of work with artists, and their whole studio was covered in records. Other ones with lots of different pictures, and it's been a phenomenal experience working on this. So when we started this, we decided to amalgamate the conference business into it, because it really kind of made sense that the conference business and the media company would work together. So we still have the Canadian Massage Conference, and I'm hoping to run another in-person American Massage Conference in the next few years. It's taken a little bit post-pandemic to reorganize and figure that we want to do some in-person and some online too. I think they work together nicely.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic news that you are thinking about coming back to the States
Oh,
because
We'd
I
love to
wasn't
see
sure if
you.
you
we
could
would
hear what I was
love that.
saying. Yeah, we'd love to come back. We'd love to come back to the United States. It's so many wonderful therapists. We have so many friends there over the years, and I think we need to just pick a place. So that's the next thing.
So one second, because I want to finish this thought. You've created this, you told us a lot about the massage therapy media, but
Mhm.
just tell us really succinctly for therapists out there listening that might want to go to the site, like what will they find? How will it support their career? Give us a little
Yeah.
information on that.
Well, Massage Therapy Media really is a media company. So from all the different video that we house on our site, to our magazine, to weekly blog posts and editorials, just so much different information, so many different resources for massage therapists. It's very exciting. We're really working at making all of our resources available to Canadian and American therapists, and I think by middle of next year, we will be ready to service everyone in every province and every state in the United States for any of their education or business needs. So that's basically it. But it's just exciting. The concept behind it really was that we wanted to make massage exciting again, and it is. And trying to do it in shorter snippets, so someone doesn't have to watch a whole hour presentation. They can watch highlights, and then from that highlight, they can decide if they want to watch something longer. And we just really like that. We just really like having so much different video on so many different topics and so many different articles. And you can go to our site, you can see our magazine, Massage Therapy Media Magazine, for free. It's a great magazine. And there's always videos coming up, and certainly like our page on Facebook because we're posting videos on there daily. So
That's really awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes me exhausted thinking about, like, I don't know, I can't even parcel out like how on earth you would like even do all those things, and yet you still do massage therapy, right? You still work as a massage therapist. You're not just on the media side.
I do.
What would be what I so to because my problem when I sort of got on the business side of massage was leaving that behind and going in the massage room, shutting out that world and working on a client. What would be your top 5 tips that you would give to massage therapists working today?
Well, my top 5 was never have your phone or your computer in your treatment room. If you might be using your tablet to take notes or create a treatment plan, that's fine. But just turn that thing over when you start your treatment. I think that you have to be not focused on that. I say the number one thing, number 1 and number 2 is try to never reschedule a client. Really do your very best not to reschedule, or cancel a client. Number 3 would be don't be late. And don't even be on time, because if you're on time, then you're late. So be early, have the place open, welcoming. Another one is, as I think we were just chatting earlier, is that be good with your assessment with your client. That is the secret to, I don't want to talk dollars, but really it's a 6-figure. I have lots of massage therapy friends in Canada and the United States that have 6-figure businesses, and they are big on assessments. They assess their client every time. They inform their client on why they're assessing them, and they get feedback from the client. And of course, they become a lot of clients' primary healthcare practitioners. So I'd really, really, really recommend that. And then 5, I think the most important is that besides having a clean clinic and a clean room and all the rest of it, is when you close that door and that client sits down, is really try and be present for them. If you can just be present for them, because most of the people that they've run into in their healthcare experience are really not present for them. And I think that if you can give that to somebody, that's probably the special sauce. You know what I mean? That's gonna take you over the top. So those would be my 5.
Those are really good.
They are very good. How many massages are you giving this week?
Well, because it's Christmas and we have a few therapists away, I'm giving 25 this week, which is a little bit more than what I usually do. I usually do about 15 hours a week in between, work days. I go to the office every day. I'm just lucky that my office and my clinic are there. So I can easily transition into my office. And like I said, I leave my phone and my computer in my office. That doesn't come in my treatment room with me. And I love it.
Scott,
I love having a break.
You've really walked your talk. I mean, you are doing all these great things, high level things with massage therapy media and with the conferences you run, but you still got your hands in it and you're still learning and growing after 30 years of being in the profession. And quite honestly, Joe Bob, I just think that, he's not only a superstar, but he's also a role model. Like he's probably one of the most amazing role models for massage therapists today. And it's been so great to have you here because I know how busy you are.
Yes, absolutely.
I appreciate seeing both of you because you both look great. You both look great. It feels like I just saw you yesterday, but we had so many good times together, and massage brought us together. And there's just so many wonderful memories, and I just love it. I thank goodness every day that I was 32 years ago. I was working for a company. We got bought and closed down, so I needed to either get a new job or go back to school. So at 27, I went back to school, which I thought, oh my goodness, you're crazy. And I commuted an hour to 2 hours every day to school, depending on traffic, to Toronto. And it's the greatest decision I ever made.
I never knew that part of the story. That's great. Well, maybe we'll dig into that later and have you back next year. How's that?
When one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But thank you for everything you've done for our industry. And Joe Bob and I are going to keep our fingers crossed that there really is going to be an American massage conference next year. And you keep us posted on that, okay?
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
I appreciate you both. And you're CG, thank you for everything that you've done for me and my group and for being such a visionary and for our friendship. And Joe Bob, everybody should know Joe Bob. Joe Bob's done so much for the massage therapy industry behind the scenes. He's one of those guys that doesn't go looking for any fame or fortune or anything like that. But I know who you are, Joe Bob, and you're a winner.
We know who you are, Joe Bob. Well, thanks, Scott. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
That was a wonderful episode with Scott Dartnall. Remember, if you want more information, visit massagetherapymedia.com. It was great spending time with you today, and I will see you next time on Outside the Room. From my heart to your heart, namaste.